Well, hello and welcome again to our reading of Odyssey Book 1. And I think last time we finished up to about line 298. And here, of course, we still have the story of Telemachos and Athena in the guise of Mentes. And she has been encouraging him to do something about the suitors. And the last thing she said was here, nor is it necessary for you, okain, literally to carry or wear childish things, so to occupy yourself with childish things. This is a frequentative form of echo, since you are no longer of that age. And she continues on, or, this is a verb aio, one of the many verbs of hearing. Have you not heard, hoion probably for hose, how glorious Orestes, elabag kleos, literally took glory, so one glory, upon all men. So have you not heard how illustrious Orestes won glory among all men when he killed, from Catano, the murderer, the Phonius, of his father's murderer, who was Aegisthus Dolometin. This is the cunning schemer, Aegisthus. We get lots of references to this story in the early part of the Odyssey. Who, ecta, is that apocryphated aorist form from Catano. It's a useful little word, 2 syllables here. So who killed, dative of the possessor, for him, the famous father. So who killed his famous father. And you, dear boy, for I see you, mala intensifies what comes up here, for I see that you are very attractive, kalon, very beautiful, and megan, and great. So in the sense that he's no longer a boy, he's now grown up. Alkimos esi, and you are alkimos, valiant. Hina, in order that, or perhaps so that, almost here, so that someone, and partitive genitive of those who are born hereafter, might speak well, set in respect of you. And the kai here is so that even someone of those who is born afterwards might speak well of you. Ata egon, but I, Cataleusamai, future from Kataokamai, but I will now go to the swift ship and my comrades. Hoi, and we get this, notice the accents here. This is enclitic, it's putting its accent back onto that. This is enclitic, it's putting its accent back onto that. This is the indefinite poo, so if perchance, if perhaps. Now the verb here is askalao, which generally means I am distressed, but it might be connected with skole, and this is an alpha privative here, so it may mean something like I don't have any time, impatient, so they are impatient. So who perhaps, mala intensifies it, who perhaps are very either distressed or impatient, waiting for me. Menontes, waiting for me. But let this be a care for you. So take note of this. Give some thought to this. And empadzio, pay attention. This is an uncontracted middle imperative. Pay attention to my words, to my muthon. And thoughtful Telemachos, again, spoke in reply to her. So thoughtful Telemachos said the following in reply: Xene, O guest friend, or perhaps O stranger, or O friend, O guest friend. Atoi men, surely, and we get men with no de here, but surely, phila phronion is a standard idiom. It means thinking kindly things. So being of good disposition towards me. So surely, thinking kindly things, you have spoken these words. And quite a lovely line here. As a father to his son, and I will never forget them. So this is the future from Lanthano, from Lasamai, future from Lanthanamai, to forget. So as a father to a son, and I will never forget them. But come now, epimenon, tarry, imperative here from epimeno. So, but come now, wait, aorist imperative. Although you are, this is pair plus the participle, although you are hastening on your journey, although you are keen to go on your, hastening on your journey, so that having bathed, having taken a bath, and this tetapomenos here is a funny form. It's a reduplicated aorist middle participle. It's from that terpo root, so it's a middle here. So having pleasured, having given pleasure to your heart. Philon is often just your own. You could say to your dear heart, or just your heart, having given pleasure to your heart. Chias from chio. This is the subjunctive here. You might go to your ship, ekon, having a doron, a gift. A chiron, rejoicing in your soul. Now it's not any gift, it's timeon, so a nice enjambment here, put right at the beginning of the line for make great emphasis, and it connects back with the doron. This is a neuter noun, of course. So a precious gift. Malakhalon, very beautiful, which will be for you as a chameleon, probably a keepsake. It's often used as the word for treasure. So to be a treasure, a keepsake. Ex emu, with that aeolic spelling, from me, such as dear guest friends give to their guest friends. And this is the standard Homeric practice. I give you a lovely gift, and then you'll give me one in return later. It's the way of the guest friendship. And then it's either the bright-eyed or grey-eyed, however you take this glaucopis. The grey-eyed goddess Athena then replied to him, do not, so may with the imperative, do not hold me back, do not keep me back now, eti, any longer. The pair here is although, but probably you put in English as since I am desirous of the journey. So, although desirous of the journey, do not keep me back. And the gift, now this hot tea is it's this hot tea. So it's the indefinite, it's not your normal hottie, it's hot tea. Whatsoever one, that's a little bit tricky there. And the gift, whatsoever one, philon aetor, this is neuter, your heart bids, understand you, to give to me, and it's subjunctive here with ke. So whatever gift your heart would bid you to give to me, we've got an infinitive for imperative. So give it again, dative, to me returning, oikity, homeward. So dative participle here, so understand moi. Give it to me then, when I'm on my way home, pheresthai, epexegetic infinitive, to carry with me. Kaimala kalon helen, having chosen, this is from Hyrio, normally middle in the sense of chosen, but here it's just active, so having taken or having chosen a very beautiful one. Soida axion estai amoibes. It will be for you a fair, a thing worthy of exchange. So, in other words, choose something very, very nice so that you'll get a very, very nice one in return. So it will be worthy of fair exchange for you, something like that. Hey, and then the bright-eyed or grey-eyed Athena, then speaking thus, she departed. So the hey goes with the Athena. Ornest hors anopia dieptato. This is a verb from petanumi, to fly. So this is a very tricky line and has been much debated, even in antiquity, as to what this word means, this anopia. Now with the hose with that accent like that, it refers back to the word before it. So like a bird, she flew off. And then the problem is, what the hell does this mean here? Well, there are lots of different possible meanings and renderings from antiquity to modern times. Sea eagle is one of the possible translations from antiquity. Other options include upwards, so she, taking it adverbially, she flew upwards. Or it may mean through the smoke vent, that is, up the chimney. And that's often the way it's translated now, that she suddenly turns into a bird and races up the chimney, which is very strange, a bit like Santa Claus backwards. It can also mean, another possibility is unseen, is another. So I'll leave you to look at the commentaries on that one and work out what exactly it means. But she placed strength and courage in his heart, and she called to mind, she reminded het for auton. So that het there is for auton. So she called to mind, she reminded him of his father even still more than before. And he, Noesas, perceiving in his mind, in his heart, he was amazed in his soul, for he realized that she was a god, or a goddess perhaps. And Phos, this is not the light, this is the man, and the man, like to a god, went back again to the suitors. And we'll finish it just there.